We'll start with Wes.
Okay, Matthew, just a little bit ago, Tim Banks told us that, you know, the way that you sort of practice every rep is something that's unique, to go as hard as you go on every rep of practice. Has that always been your MO, or is that something that's kind of happened as you've gotten older?
That's really always been my MO. That's been like my thing. The difference is like now I'm going hard and like doing things right. Like when I first got here, like I was just kind of out there, you know what I mean? But now it's like you get great coaching, you understand the concept of the defense, you go out there and play hard, good things always happen.
Ben?
How do you feel like the mindset has been getting back into meeting rooms this week? You feel like the guys haven't gotten too comfortable from a big blowout win over the weekend?
Oh no, like just naturally you win, your confidence is up. Obviously our confidence is sky high. We played well, but at the same time we left some things on the table. So all about, you know, some corrections, but just super positive mindset going into it on both sides of the ball. And you know, I'm loving the mindset this week.
Adam?
You guys didn't force any turnovers the first couple of games. Now you're third in the conference in takeaways. What changed there? Is it buy-in or just doing the same thing over and over?
First of all, I didn't know that, so now we have to be first. That's what we're going for. And then second of all, like we always are doing like turnover drills, whether it be getting your hands up, tip balls, forcing fumbles, you know, whether or not we're going to scoop and score or get on the ball, depending on if there's a crowd around at all positions. So it's just really a matter of just continuing to do it. You know, it's not going to happen every time. And then when you get that opportunity, you got to execute, make the most of it, you know. But yeah, it's always been something we practice. It's just a matter of it happening now.
Jimmy?
Matthew, how hard is it to practice on to focus on the process and not focus on the result?
That's a good question. You always have good questions.
Thanks.
You know, when you go into something, you always think about the result. Oh, we're going into a game, we want to win. Oh, I'm going into practice, I want to excel. Oh, I'm going into, you know, this meal, I want to be full, like whatever the case may be. But, you know, when you can break it down into the process and then, like, you know, simplify that in your mind, like for me, like, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to stay vertical, I'm going to take good steps, I'm going to use my hands, I'm going to flip my hips, rather than saying, oh, I'm going to have a good practice. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it can be hard sometimes, but that's kind of the key. So.
Other questions? Patrick?
Matthew, kind of following up on that, how would you kind of assess how the process has been for the defensive line and also the results you guys have been getting on Saturdays this season?
So I feel like our process is good. Like week in and week out, like we go in with a positive mindset. We go in like just wanting to be better than the next day, wanting to be elite. We've had some bumps in the road, obviously. I mean, you can watch the film and figure that out. But for the most part, stopping a run, want to rush the passer better. There's all kinds of things that we want to get better and far from complacent. So definitely a positive outlook and just continuing to make that process our result. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Vince?
Coach Apple's really talked about those 48 hours before kickoff of games. What are some of the specific things you've seen you guys do better during that critical time?
It's just really, it's like, you know, everybody has a different way of going about the game. Like me, I'm pretty chill. Like I'm not a super rah-rah guy, and I'm also not, you know, like to myself or anything. Like the same way I'm talking to y'all now is the same way I'm going to talk to you 5 minutes before the game. Like if I had to do an interview 5 minutes before the game. But, you know, some people, they're rah-rah, and some people are really to themselves, and it's just really all about that mental preparedness, like how we go in, just doing the same things right that you would do on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday on that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. So it's just consistency all the way through.
Some people wondered coming into the season with name, image, and likeness, whether that would be a distraction to players. You're one of the leaders on this team. How do you think you guys have handled, or your teammates have handled, that extra part of being a student athlete college?
I don't think that it's a distraction. Like, we just joke around about it. Like, hey, you know, what they got you doing? Like, oh, they definitely paid you to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, something like that, you know? So it's just all, you know, kicks and giggles. Obviously very nice to see, you know, your teammates who, some of them really like come from some situations, you know, and some of them, shoot, including myself, is living in situations. So, you know, you make things happen, and it's really a blessing to be able to just make things happen on this level. So I'm thankful for it. I'm sure my teammates are thankful for it. And then it's also like some added motivation. You know, if I ball out, you know, my name gets out there. I have an opportunity to use my name, image, and likeness to whatever. So.
Jim?
Matthew, why do you think this run defense has been so much better than it was a year ago?
I mean, it comes down to how we're being coached, you know, our philosophy on defense. I don't want to get into like the nitty gritty about it because like I don't want to throw no other staff under the bus, because there's other defenses that used our old philosophy and they play good, but we didn't. I'm just being real. Like, go watch the film. We didn't play as good as we're playing right now. So this philosophy fits us. It's working. But now it's just a matter of like, are we going to be complacent with how it's working, or are we going to step up our game and be even better than we already are? If you can even consider us good, like I just, you know, big thing is just no complacency. You know, don't be stagnant. You know, don't consider yourself good until Fat Lady sings.
Thank you, sir.